Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here, and today I'm going to be giving you a Millwall analysis video. Now, today's Millwall analysis video is the game against Southend. Now, we have played them 3 times this season, so this is a huge derby game if you didn't know. And playing them 3 times is kind of a big deal, but what gets me the most is Millwall's inconsistency. We lost 3 games. We lost against Burton, Gillingham and Walsall, and then we go and play Southend, another one of our rivals, because Gillingham was our rivals, and we beat them 4-0. I just don't get that. That's very, very confusing. Now, as I said, we've already played them twice, and this was our 3rd time playing them this season, which is a very big deal. And of course, Neil Harris is from Southend, so he wants us to win against Southend. They did beat us at the beginning of the season, but we've beaten them in the Johnson's Paint Trophy. Now, what happened today? Well, let's find out. The first goal that Millwall scored came from Cummings as he threw the ball into Fred, who chipped the ball into the area, but it was tapped away. And it ended up going to Joe Martin's feet. Now, that's surprising that Joe Martin's in an attacking area because he's a left back, but he struck the ball very well. It's almost as if time stopped to just let that ball go past the line. It was a fantastic strike. As I said, for a left back, that was an amazing strike. I didn't expect him to be in that situation, but he made it 1-0 to Millwall, and already the goals have started. Now, the next goal came from Cummings as Fred then had the ball and he waited for Cummings to go on the overlap, which obviously is what you do when you're playing with 2 players on the side of the pitch, and then Fred and Cummings were on the pitch together. Now, as he waited, he then gave it to Cummings, who crossed the ball pretty much instantly. And as he crossed it, it hit the post and bounced off of Bentley's leg. And if that goes down as a Cummings goal, that could potentially be the goal of the week. It was a fantastic strike. I'm surprised that these defenders are scoring goals this good, especially Cummings. That was a fantastic effort. I don't know how he got it from that far out. But we're winning 2-0. And somehow 2 defenders have scored goals. It's amazing. But now Millwall do score another goal, and this time it isn't a defender, so you may be happy to hear that. But this time it's actually Fred, the player who has actually been involved in the first 2 goals in some way, shape or form. Now, this goal was from Upson crossing the ball in from a corner. Now, as he crossed it in, it was flicked on, and it went to Morrison. Now, Morrison blasted the ball. Unfortunately, it hit the goalkeeper and Bentley, but it bounced back. And then Fred turned the ball into the roof of the net to make it 3-0. Fred was having a fantastic performance. That first half was probably one of his best performances this season. Millwall came close to scoring yet again. And it was where the ball was hooked up the pitch to Fred, who controlled the ball really well. And he dribbled down the byline, crossed it in, and Aiden O'Brien headed the ball. But unfortunately, Bentley had a fantastic acrobatic save. I don't know how he saved it, considering he's let him free, and he goes and pulls out an amazing save. I just don't get this game, but nevertheless, we do go on and score another goal, and it is the final goal in the game. And it came from Saville knocking the ball up the top for then Aiden O'Brien to header it on to Morrison, who kept the ball, controlled it very well, and waited for Aiden O'Brien to run through past the defenders. And as this happened, Morrison played the ball to Aiden O'Brien, and Aiden O'Brien just had to run and knock that ball in, and he did. He slotted it home very well and made it 4-0. Aiden O'Brien finally scored a goal. It's been so long since Aiden O'Brien scored a goal, and well, the amount of chances he's had, he's definitely deserved it, and it's actually his 10th goal that he scored this season. He actually tweeted saying he's buzzing, he's so happy. He said he wanted to score 10 goals before January, and there he goes. He's actually gone and done it. I am very happy for Aiden O'Brien. When he scores the goals, he does really well, and he definitely wants to score the goals, because you can see in the games he is devastated when he misses, and he deserved to at least have 10 goals this season because he's been playing fantastic. I hope he scores a lot more because he's showing the potential that he could also get more. Now, Millwall did have one more chance to score a goal, and it was from a free kick as Williams crossed the ball in. Now, Byron Webster had a diving header knocked onto the bar by a Southend defender. Now, it dropped down, and Aiden O'Brien, as I said, he misses some, he can't score them all. He somehow manages to put the ball wide or over the crossbar. And I just can't believe it. He's gone and scored a goal and then he goes and misses it. This is the Aiden O'Brien we know and love. Sometimes he'll score and sometimes he'll miss something. It's the way it goes sometimes, but he's a brilliant player. Now for the key players for both sides. For Millwall, I'm going to have to go with Fred. He doesn't get too much praise on this channel, so this is something new. He scored a goal and was involved in the first 2 goals, and he played fantastically, created loads of opportunities, and he looked like a changed player from the game against Walsall. If he can perform like that, he'll definitely get into my good books, but at the moment, he's been very inconsistent with his form. He needs to pick whether he's going to be good or bad in a game. I think he'd hope that he can be playing like he did against Southend. Now, the key player for Southend was Joe Pigott. He didn't start the game, but he created a lot of opportunities when he came off the bench and really was the only attacking player to threaten Millwall at this point. And he was brilliant. The only bad thing was he was giving away a few fouls, but that doesn't really matter. He was probably the only attacking player that threatened Ford's clean sheet. Now, Millwall's next game is away from home against Barnsley on Saturday the 2nd of January. Now, I won't be watching that, but I will be seeing the highlights of that game. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course stay tuned for Millwall analysis videos. Goodbye.